Greetings and welcome to my channel. So today I want to show you a base that I made in the peak of this Anarchy server's lifespan. And that's because that's the server I'm recording this on at the moment. But before I do that, I have a confession to make and some dialogue I feel needs to go out. So, if you've seen the title of this video and you're worried, then stick around. But if you're wondering why you should care, the timestamp's in the description. Go ahead and skip to the fun part. This ain't about you. And that's okay. So, I have decided that I don't need to be a part of Dragoncraft Super anymore. And I have a few reasons for this. The community, well, part of the community, but a very vocal part, is extremely toxic, and some of those have rank on the server, which just makes things really difficult to deal with. On top of that, I'm starting to realize that this game is very time-gatey. Like, it's basically if you were to take Dragon Ball Z and make a Facebook game out of it. I'm dead serious. Like, you can only do boss fights once a day. Your main training methods are limited. Like, beginning's like 5 minutes in between. Hard is like 30 minutes in between. And it gets more and more obnoxious the more powerful training sessions you can go through. Gravity training, I believe, is once a day as well. Yeah, it's just Dragon Ball Z, the Facebook game in Minecraft. And as a lot of other YouTubers could tell you, I'm sure, I think my internet just cut out on me. Waiting isn't fun. That said, though, there's one more aspect to this, and here's where the confession comes in. Those of you who watch Dragoncraft Super, my series of it anyway, remember the special episode where Blue and Snipes were training me, and I don't know if I put this in the video, but they were training me to become a Supreme Kai, specifically Snipes' Supreme Kai. But of course that fell through when Snipes quit after, say, an army base got raided for the nth time and the faction got disbanded, and now he's playing on a completely different account. Blue ghosted me ever since then, by the way, and he hasn't said a word to me since, despite having such grand, magnanimous plans. So great, in fact, that he'd be willing to cheat. So, no rules were broken. Well, allow me to explain. During that recording for that episode, like in between every fight, he would slip me a few 100,000 tickets. And from what I understand, these are tickets that he obtained himself legally through playing the game. Like, he just saved them up. And yeah, the idea was to just superpower me up real quick just so I could be Supreme Kai for Snipes. And then that fell through. The reason like I said, no rules were broken. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because I feel like not only has it ruined my experience as a player, because now I have no idea what to do and cannot keep up with that kind of progression. Because I haven't even hit 500 strength yet. And I was at like 440 or something at the end of the special episode, I think. The main reason is because I was kind of toting the series of Dragoncraft Super as kind of like half roleplay, half let's play. And I kind of feel like not only has it ruined the series, because I don't know where to take it from here forward, but I also don't think it's fair to my viewers, and it doesn't really do a good job of showing off the server. And it's especially not fair to people who actually play on that server, who have to work for their training, especially like the fighters and civilians struggling out there. and having no one to support them because all of the like champion heroes and champions and legends, they basically keep to themselves, fighting their petty toxicity battles. It's just not a good business environment. It's not a good play environment. So I'm done with it. I am hereby stepping down from DCS and will henceforth do something else Minecraft-wise on my channel. It does suck. I did make some friends there. And I am kind of springing this out of nowhere, considering I haven't even logged on to the server for a couple weeks now, but this is how it has to be. So, let's get on with the build showcase. So like I said, I built this base in like 2018, late 2019, early 2019, when the server's player base was at its highest, when there was the most people here. So, let me not show any of that because there's some very crude things built at the entrance point. That's kind of, it's for the memes because this isn't an Energy server, but I'm sure most of you don't want to see that. So this is kind of the entryway. But, let me see here. This is my entrance right here. You take this, that you can barely see over the road. Yeah, you take this water to climb up from the bottom. Come through here. My bedroom's to the right, and the entranceway is to the left. And I've got a lot of stuff decorated at the top floor that probably needs to be done to the bottom floor, son. But like all the stuff that I use is up here. I've also got a jukebox with one of the best songs in this game. Good old cat. I've used that in quite a few DCS videos at least. I built a little swimming pool here just for the kicks, I guess. It's not really practical. And right next to that is my enchantment library, and I need to turn my volume down a bit because this might be a little too loud. Let's see here, $2. I'll just do master volume. It's just easier that way. Right, so there's nothing that way, there's nothing that way. These halls are kind of, like, not very well done. I basically left space for me to build on if there's more ideas, but I don't know if there's really that much space inside the mountain to do that in, which having parts jut out might actually add to the aesthetic, but would also make it a lot more obvious that this is a base, which is kind of something I tried to avoid. So you have a meeting hall here. When I started building this base, I was really inspired by like Dwarf Fortress and such. That's why some of the things look the way they do. I built it out of stone brick because it made me think of like stone engravings in Dwarf Fortress. But there's a little window leading outside with a cobblestone structure. You don't need to worry about what that looks like because it's very crude. And then we have a couple, one other thing here. Yeah, I built a barracks over here. Just, some beds with footlockers at the end. And, an enchanting and ender chest. There's actually quite a few of these ender chests strewn about the building. Just, to help me manage resources as I was during the construction process. That I never really bothered to clean up. And I don't really think feel the need to. Now, this is the pride of this build. This is my throne room. If you'll see here, there's one flag that's, off color from the rest. This is my flag, and then this here is Keiko's flag, which I do have Keiko situated at this base at all times, but I only log in as her when I need to TP here, like if I get lost or something. So yeah, ender chest here, crafting bench here, just to kind of help with construction. I could probably move the crafting table and put something more interesting there, but it's kind of pointless where it is, because I got a whole armory up here. And it cut out again. Because of course it did. So yeah, this is my armory. We got a couple enchantment libraries, a bunch of brewing stations. We got a little bit of a farm going here, but a lot of it's like fake to make it look like it's like leads to the outside when it doesn't. For aesthetic. But we got a melon farm that does work. We got some sugarcane. There we go. Work brain. Got some sugarcane farms that do work. And these trees, I placed these trees manually. I don't think you can actually grow trees in this room. I don't think it's big enough or wide enough. Like, there's not enough space, I don't think. And, we got some armor stands and some anvils. You can really tell from this point on that, like, I intended this base to be, like, a group base. But, I don't want to bring any... This is, for the time being, this is my private base, and I'm kind of anxious about bringing people to it. So I don't actually have a team built here. So we have a couple auto smelters. One of these I need to switch out for, like, smokers so I can cook kelp, so I can cook kelp to kind of have a renewing, fuel source. Just a bunch of furnaces. This is the crafting station room, and I could probably put some more stuff in here, but getting it to fit. So this is where I've stopped building at. I'm thinking about putting a hallway with a bunch of, like, single rooms for people to actually live in, and, like, the barracks upstairs can be, like, temporary members or something, or where the new guys sleep or something. I don't know. So yeah, I got one more thing to show you that I think I can safely show you without making any of the crude stuff visible, if I'm careful about it, maybe. So yeah, I've got right outside of the entrance point here, I've got an auto kelp farm, which is not doing a very good job of being automatic. Yeah, because this is in a remote place where no other players play, I have to literally be standing here for this to actually, do anything for me, but I'm not worried about it too much. This cactus farm actually works, though, and I have been collecting bits and pieces of it here and there. And at the top of this mountain, see here, I decided to put this at the top for some reason. I guess I didn't think people would really see it. Nobody asked you. Is my cow ranch, which is broken because breeding does not work on this server for some reason. Like, you can feed two cows wheat, and they'll come together, and then some experience will pop out, but a baby won't pop out. So, this is worthless. Alright. Well, I hope you enjoyed this Minecraft Cribs episode. I will come up with something to play for next week. In the meantime, if you got to this point in the video, it means a lot to me. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you in the next one. Farewell. And it cut out again. Because of course it did.